Since I'm recording, good afternoon to everyone once more. This lecture, we try to take one of the, let's say, simple example from the AutoCAD into the GIS. I'm just try to open a very simple example into AutoCAD, which is right now here. As you can see, this is a very typical example that most of you maybe have one of them in your hand. This is a very simple drawing, the AutoCAD drawing, which is done definitely from a cartography or cadastral images. But before we start to move from AutoCAD to GIS, you need to be sure about some specific things. First of all, your layer should be very clearly defined. For instance, here we have some urban block layer. I'm just turn it off, so all the urban block, or they call it as a road, it's become off. Or same thing for trees. You see all the tree work with the tree layers, buildings, and of course topography. So this is first important things. You need to have a very clear layer, and each of these layer also should be work with each other. This is first thing. Second thing, try to get rid of all extra things such as a hatch or anything which is let's say not necessary for your GIS file. Sometimes you have a block such as a car, such as a, I don't know, tree blocks as a real symbol of the tree. You can also have a very simple circle instead of those fancy things. Sometimes you have a lighting element. So these are all the things that result in a problem. So you need to just get rid of everything that you have. You see right now it is clear. I don't have any block layer, any dimension, or any group, any other line type material, or anything extra. So I just make my file very naked. So if you just see in an insert, even I don't have any block here. I just make everything clearly, and I just make my drawing naked as it is. There are some attributes right now here, you will see them. We are going to use same attribute in GIS. This is first thing, and the last things, after you make everything ready, I mean, when you make your file clear, so you need to save it in a possible lowest version of the AutoCAD DWG. Okay, because of course this is dependent on the GIS program that you are going to use, but most of the GIS have problem with the latest version of the CAD, so try to keep it in 2010, 2000 even. The 2000 is the safest one. So this is help you to minimize your problem. This is about this part. Now let's go to the GIS. Yes, here we are. This is a typical GIS ArcMap that you will use it up to now, and I will use it. I'm just try to take a Kyrenia CAD example, the ones that I showed to you right now a few seconds ago. I'm just download it into my desktop and just take it here. As you can see, this is a very typical DWG file. I'm just move it into my desktop. Here we are. I could make a folder to keep my project clearly. Let's say Kyrenia example. I put it here. This is the folder that I'm going to work with it. Now, I'm coming here like all the time. I should create a folder connection to connect to my project. Kyrenia is right here. And just click and you will see that the DWG file is right now here. I'm going to add this one. It says that it doesn't have a reference, a spatial reference, which is quite normal for us. Right now, the Kyrenia, it is coming here. The first thing that we need to do is transfer the file. First of all, we need to understand this file located, or this drawing located under which layer. So it is very easy by turn off and turn on the layer. So animation, it's almost empty. We don't have any point because I'm make my drawing naked in let's say AutoCAD program. So we have a polyline, as you can see. We have a bunch of polyline right now. So this is the file that I'm going to work with it. We have no polygon and we don't have a patch, as you can see. So this is all the things that I'm going to work with it. So I'm just selected and easily go to the data, export to the data. Of course, all the feature, I'm going to choose a Kyrenia folder here and give a name. I will just call it draft because we will have a few steps until it becomes a shapefile. I'm just call it right now as a draft.shp, which is a shapefile. And say, do you wish to add it in your map layer? Of course, we will add it. I'm also get rid of this one. You see, right now, it's become as a line. Everything in this file, it is line. If I'm just open it, we have a bunch of the layer here. You remember we have a same layer same attribute in a AutoCAD. Some of them was arch, some of them draw by circle, some of them draw by LW polyline, and etc. and etc. We have some color which is given to them. You know, in AutoCAD, the color assigned by a number. And all of them have a 0 elevation and altitude. The next step that we are going to do, we need to give a coordinate to this one. Right now you see there is no scale here, which means that I don't have a valid coordinate here. Even if I'm check from here, under the source, there is no coordinate assigned to here, and as you can see, there are question mark on each side of this project. You remember, for a coordination, for a purpose of coordination, you need to use a base map. You remember this one. So you need to add easily a base map in here to start to do your project. I hope my internet helped us and we do not face with any problem. So I'm just try to go with these. Let's try this one first. Maybe this one would be fine. If internet was weak, I will going to use my offline base map. Since right now we are working with a web Mercator, this is a web one, I'm going to choose a web Mercator auxiliary sphere. But let's see. But this is actually quite normal because right now my traffic band used mainly by the Teams program. So in your case, this is better because right now my almost 80% of my internet band used by Teams. Let's see. Okay, finally it somehow opened. I'm going to zoom into the, you see the drawing almost here in a null island. I'm going to zoom into the Cyprus. Then I try to find the Nicosia, Kyrenia. And after that, we will going to find the Kyrenia Castle. So here we are. I'm just make it as a bookmark, this place. I will say that keep it as Kyrenia here. I'm just take off my base map, zoom to my draft file. As you can see, this is somehow tilt. So we need to turn it to the correct direction. I'm going to open my toolbar and add if I find maybe I could also able to do it from here. Yes, spatial adjustments. You need to just come here from the editor toolbar, come to the here and choose the spatial adjustment. These tools, I'm just put it right now here. The things that I need to do, I need to start my project because I want to add some things here. I'm going to make some changes here, so that's why I need to start my editing. As you can see, when I am start, this one also become activated. I need to select the entire data and then try to move same as the things that we done in if you remember in a raster, but right now we do it for a vector. I need to start to find some of these points on the main location. I'll just first go there because I need to remember which point is there. Maybe I could get use of this jetty over here and then give some of my point to there. Let's also check the other part of the map. Yeah, I think I could choose this part either. Maybe it is better to use other map because this map is not visible that much. Maybe I can use OpenStreetMap instead of this one. Yeah, this has become better. At least we understand where we are, and at least we have some of these building right here. It seems that we need to resume a bit to our project. Yes, maybe I need to manage my bookmark, and let's call this one or let's say detail. Okay, now I find I can use a Castle Cornell to coming to this part. Let's just turn off this one, zoom to layer. I'm select all the things that I have, then I choose these tools. I'm going to get this vertex right there, and then go to the detail and open my map, and then easily address to this, let's say, corner. I need to have a few more, at least 3 points I need to have. Again, I am zoomed to this layer. Maybe this time I'm going to take this point and then just go to the bookmark, the detail one, and turn on my point, address it to here. Another one, maybe I can use this amphitheater right there. Let's turn off my base map and then zoom to layer. The stadium is also there. I take this, sorry, not stadium, amphitheater. I get use of this one. Again, go to the detail and turn on my base map. Why I'm turning it on and off? Because if you zoom to the other layer, which is somehow in a west part of the Africa, in a Null Island in Guyansi, so your map start again reprocess to download everything, so it takes time. So I'm just turning it off, and this is our third point almost here. Now, since I get 3 points, I need to just easily press adjust. You see my data transfer to here. As you can see, we have a quiet distortion in our data set. Actually, this is a normal because this AutoCAD file draw by definitely it's not draw in a detail, and it is, as you can see, the quality is not enough, but we don't have any other opportunity. That's why we try to accept it. Of course, we could add some new point to it. For instance, I could able to say this point is better coming to here, and maybe somehow let's check some other point as well. Maybe I could say that you need to actually try. Maybe the results become bad, or maybe it's become better. Or I could say this one also come to here. and maybe I could say this part also move to here. And again, I press adjust. You see now it's become a bit better than before. Not quite successful still, but too much better than before, at least. Or maybe I could try a few more points. For instance, I could say this one also come here, and these are fine almost. Maybe I could say that this vertex of the auditorium, amphitheater, coming here, this one to here, this one almost fine. Let's try one more adjustment to see. You see now the result become terrible. Before one was better. So that's why you need to try either more point and then work on it. Sometimes it's become terrible, sometimes it's become better. But this is normal, as I told you, because this is draw from the definitely if you remember the projection, so they are not drawn on the sphere, they draw it on the paper. So this is one of the real problem when you draw it from the scan and from the paper. So try always to draw in GIS to get a better result. But right now, since we don't have actually any, let's say, other choices, let's also once more, I'm going to try some of these points to see how it will be look like. Yeah, this is also fine somehow. Maybe I could add this one to here right now. Again, we have another distortion here. Every time when we try to work with this file, it's sometimes become better, sometimes become terrible. So we need to have patience on it. Let's also do, or I have just, it seems that I don't have enough points. I need to find one more point to give it to my data set, maybe from down part. I could be able to find some more point. Maybe this one also could come here. Let's see. Yeah, better result right now. We have a better result at least. Anyway, after we do this spatial adjustment, we need to stop and save our editing. Okay, I'm just stop it course, save it, and then stop the editing. So since I am putting my map right here, I don't need anymore to have this, let's say, base map. I'm just get rid of my base map.